to know thyself is the beginning of wisdom. That's what Socrates said. And I agree with that. And really, I believe that people don't really know themselves. A lot of people don't know themselves. In fact, they think they know themselves, but who they truly know is really who they are as a product of their external environment, not who they truly are, who their true self is. That can cause a problem because really a lot of people, they are of course sort of like a product of what their parents expect of them, what their friends and peer group expect of them. And because of that, they don't really think for themselves. They don't really have their own wants and needs. And that becomes a huge problem. You can't really see into their future and see what do they truly want to achieve in the future. They kind of just achieve things that other people want them to do, achieve, and so forth. And that can cause a problem. So now, why is that? Why do people don't know themselves? It's because they have so many obligations. So they think that what they really want is to have that degree and become a lawyer, but that's just something that their parents implanted in their heads. And really out of fear of following your true passions, out of fear of following who you truly are, you don't do it. Out of fear of really being aligned with yourself, you don't fucking do it because you're afraid that you're going to end up alone. If you were to be fully yourself, live in accordance to yourself and be authentically yourself, you might end up alone because of that. Because, I mean, what does your parents want you to do? If you do what your parents don't want you to do, then they might reject you, they might not want to talk to you. That's all things that are happening unconsciously, not even thinking about. So those are things that are stopping you from knowing yourself, for example. So here I'll tell you in this video the benefits of knowing yourself. And first of all, I'll tell you what knowing yourself is. So knowing yourself, pretty much you know who you are, you know what you want, and you know what you value, you know what your interests are, you know what your passions are, you know where you want to go with your future. And that's pretty much knowing yourself in a nutshell. You know what you're good at, you know what you're not good at, and you know the things that you like, dislike. That's pretty much it. You know the type of people that you like to hang out with, you know the type of people that you don't want to hang out with, and you have set boundaries about, you know, those things. And here I'm going to tell you the benefits of knowing yourself. So number one thing is, if you were to know yourself better, you would become more expressive. You would, you know, not expressive in the sense like bubbly, extroverted and all that, while, you know, maybe that's the case, but expressive in the sense that like you would speak your mind. So for example, me, when I began on my journey to knowing yourself when I was younger, you know, in college, yes, I was more expressive, but like it was sort of like this bubbly, extroverted, expressive. Now my expressiveness is a lot more subtle, but is doubly more powerful, because now when I speak my mind, it's like it's vulnerable, it's true, it's what I think is true. You know, I speak about my experience, I speak about what I believe to be true now. I don't sugarcoat my words or try to say like the right thing for people to like me anymore. I used to do that more, but now it's really like I speak my mind and I speak what I believe to be true. I talk about my struggles that I'm going through right now, and I'm open about this. So then if people ask me, hey, how you doing, man? I'll be like, yeah, I'm doing all right. Quite a challenging week, you know, but I mean, it was pretty good. And then they'll ask me about what I've been going through, and I'm just open about that. And I'm expressive in that sense now. And if you can be expressive in that authentic, true way, then really that's the huge benefit to your relationships, to you, to really being authentic, living authentically to your life. This is fucking massive. And yes, you'll be more expressive as well, you know, maybe at a party or whatever. Maybe you'll be expressive more in your art as well. Or in your business, you'll be more expressive. If you want to start a YouTube channel because you know yourself well, you know what you value, what you like, you freely express that to other people. Because how can you express yourself if you don't know yourself? How can you communicate to other people if you don't really know who you are? Really, that's pretty self-explanatory. How can you express yourself if you don't even know what that self is, if you don't even know who you are? Right? You cannot express what you don't know that you cannot express something that you don't understand. Right? How could you express something that you don't even know what it is, or you can't even understand or put into words? Number two benefit of knowing yourself is that you have less inner resistance. You have less resistance to yourself. You have less blockages, less obstacles within yourself that are stopping you from taking action, expressing yourself and all that. You're more at peace with yourself, really. Less resistance. Because you call it cognitive dissonance, is like you want a certain thing, but you also want another thing. And because of that, if you go on a path, you're always going to have this dissonance, like resistance. I should have not done that. Oh, maybe that was a bad idea and all that. That becomes a problem. That can become a problem. For example, I like to say that example, you study a certain degree that you didn't want to study, you go down that path, okay? But a part of you is like, fuck, man, I should have just started my business, start doing my life coaching business, whatever it is, and then you don't do that, and then you just have this dissonance, this resistance, because you didn't follow who you truly were. You didn't follow your own path. So that's a problem. You didn't listen to who you were. But deeper than that, if you just look at the day-to-day thing, if you don't know who you are, you don't know like what you want, what you value and all that, there will always be doubt. There will always be second guessing whenever it comes time to, make a decision, or, just to express yourself to someone for something or whatever. Because there's no clarity of purpose, there's no clarity of who you are. When there's clarity, it's really like water. Everything just flows, and there's no resistance to when you're talking, to when you're expressing, or when you want something. There's no resistance. You clearly know what you want, you clearly know why you're doing it, why you're going in a certain direction. You know all of that, and you do it. Number 3 benefit of knowing yourself is that you're better at decision making. There's no second guessing yourself when making decisions, because everything that you do, every decision that you make is always founded upon who you are, what you want, what you value. If you know that, then every single decision that you make will be aligned towards that. And you cannot go wrong if you know yourself really well. How can you go wrong into making a decision towards your future, really, if you know yourself well? Things could go wrong in the external environment, like maybe you don't have enough money at a certain point, you encountered obstacles. Yes, that can go wrong. But in terms of the decision itself, if you know yourself, pretty much 100% always going to be aligned with your values, pretty much. Unless you really, you have a gun pointed in your head and a murderer is telling you, go fuck your mother, or I'm gonna blow a bullet in your head. Other than that, if you know who you are, your decisions are pretty much always going to be aligned, like no brainer. So, number 4 benefit of knowing yourself is that you have more self-control. Have more control over yourself. Whatever bad habits, have the opportunity to slip. Maybe you feel like you want to eat that certain cheesecake or whatever, but no, you should be working out because you know yourself. You know what you value. It's like, well, what I truly value is health, vitality, energy. Because I value my health, because I value productivity, because I value my life, I'm not going to indulge in that. But conversely, if you were to not know yourself well, what would have happened if you were confronted with that dilemma is that, do I value health? I don't know. Also getting a cake, it would be fun as well. And you can eat cake once in a while. What is that gonna do? Like one cheat day in the middle of the week, what was that gonna do? Who cares? Health is important, but also fun is important. So you see, if you don't know what you value, you don't know who you are, then of course, self-control is going to be harder to maintain. So that could be a benefit of knowing yourself, more self-control. Another benefit of knowing yourself is that you're able to say no. You're able to say no, and your ability to withstand social pressure increases tremendously. Tremendously. This is like massive. If you know yourself, you know what you want, and you clearly know what you want. It's like, and you know that so well that nobody else can convince you that you want something else, then you become a fucking machine. You become God. You become like a creator. You become a force for good. You become an entrepreneur. You become a rebel. You become independent. That's what you fucking become when you know who you are. That's who you become. And Because that becomes so clear when someone tells you, hey man, you want to party tonight and have a few drinks? You're gonna say no. Because you know deep down that what you truly want is to live a fulfilling life, to be able to wake up the next day and be productive and take massive action, which is why I said no to the party I was invited to yesterday. I said no because I wanted to wake up today and shoot those videos. I said no because I knew what I wanted. I wanted to sit, stand in front of that camera, shoot videos, be productive, help people online, help people become more conscious, more loving, more knowing of themselves. That's what I wanted to do. And I was able to say no because I clearly knew that. Now, will you do that? And really, because you know yourself and you care more about, when you start to know yourself, you start caring about your own opinion. You care about your own opinion so much more than other people's opinion. In fact, other people's opinion is fucking pointless. You don't even listen to it because your opinion is the most valuable. What you believe to be true is the most valuable thing. What you have as a vision is fundamentally so much more important than anyone else's vision. In fact, who the fuck cares about anyone else's vision of what they're doing? You have this sort of clear-mindedness, this clear path that opens to you. It's like, that's what I want. What do people want? Fuck it. That's why social pressure becomes pretty much irrelevant at a certain point. Number 6, benefit of knowing yourself might sound paradoxical, because I talked to you about not giving a shit about what other people think, social pressure and all that, but number 6 benefit of better knowing yourself is that you have more empathy. Yeah, you have more empathy for other people. Why is that? Because once you dig into yourself, you learn to know yourself, you know about your strengths, you realize your strengths, but you also realize your weaknesses. The more dig you deep into your weaknesses, the more you realize that those are fundamental weaknesses that we all have. We all have certain fears, certain things that we're worried about, and those are universal. So then that just allows you to have more empathy for other people as well. It was funny because I did an exercise. I was from actualize.org, just a video about fear, and I wrote down my biggest fears. And it's funny because a lot of my biggest fears, like everyone has those same fears. And I had like this enlightening moment. It's like, well, those fears that I thought were so personal that people would find out and like be like discussed by it, not anymore, but but I realized those fears, everyone has them. It's like this fear of ending up alone. Okay, everyone has that fear. The fear of running out of money, maybe, a lot of us have that fear. The fear of, the fear of what other people think of you. Not much a fear for me anymore, but it was a fear for me. The fear of being found out as an imposter. Imposter syndrome is a very real thing. All of those fears, you realize like, wait, everyone has those fears. And because of this increase in empathy, you can relate with other people better. The more you know yourself, the more you take time to know yourself, the more you can go out there and know other people. Because knowing yourself is kind of like the ability that you know yourself. It's also the ability to which you can know other people. It sounds a bit paradoxical, but if you never dug into yourself to know who you truly are, you're never really gonna, go into the depths of like your human experience, your psychology, and your emotions. If you don't go to that level of depth, then how are you going to be able to do that with other people, right? It makes total sense. If you're not able to know yourself on a deep level, how are you going to be able to know other people on a deep level? That's why, like, you see, like, all those kids. I'm not meant to be judging here. Okay, there's a time and place for everything, but that's why you see like a lot of kids that go out, have fun, and all that. Have a lot of fun. Hang out with friends, play video games, go out, get drunk, whatever. And, I do that as well. I like to do those things as well once in a while. But the problem is when you're doing that consistently and you never take time to like discover who you truly are. And when you don't do that, what happens is that you have all those superficial friendships that you do fun activities with, but you never go to the depth of the human experience. And I think that's some people like to live that way and just have a breadth of experiences. If that's you, then, I'm guessing probably this channel is you would never clicked on that video anyways. But I mean, for those who watch my channel, I know you guys are like deep thinkers. You like deep things, interesting things. You want to master yourself, you want to become better, you want to, whether it be better with women, better with yourself. And knowing yourself is fundamental to that. And number 7 benefit of knowing yourself is that you have more vitality, more energy. There's sort of this energy that radiates from you once you know what your purpose is, what you truly want, what that clarity of mind, what do you truly want, what your passion is, what your purpose is. There's this clarity of mind. It's like this parting of the clouds and like this light coming out of the clouds almost. It's like this, when you know yourself, there's sort of this light in your eyes. There's sort of like aliveness that other people do not have. That is because you have this clarity of mind, this clarity of spirit. You don't have any conflicting thoughts in your head that are telling you one thing or the other. It's like your mind is clear. What you want to achieve is clear. What you're looking for to achieve in your life is clear. There's sort of this higher level of consciousness that dawns upon you. There's sort of like, you start having like enlightening moments of like, wait, that's what I should do in my life. Wait, I should be doing this. Oh, I have this idea, this brilliant idea I should be doing. You start having those insights, and there's like, it just like energizes you. Every single day you have this creative spirit, you have this strength of mind and all that. And because of that, you can't wait to wake up in the morning. In fact, like the last few days, it was strange, but I was just so excited to wake up. I wake up at 6 a.m., like wide fucking awake after like 6 hours of sleep. Like, what the fuck is this? And I go to the bathroom and like, okay, well, it's like 5, 6 a.m. right now. You should go back to sleep. I try to go back to sleep, and 10 minutes later, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I just want to wake up and like read that book. I want to work on some videos. And I just woke up and I started like reading nonstop for a long time. And it just happened like a few days in a row like that recently. I was just so excited to wake up. You have this energy that other people just cannot match you with. And it's weird. It's not because of your diet. Yeah, maybe it is. But it's not because like you're doing anything special or on any drugs. Because your fucking drug is you. Your drug is your life. Your drug is your mission. So automatically you stand out. You stand out from the rest. So if those are things if you watch this video and you found things that you like to have in your life, maybe you like to be more expressive, you like to be more centered with yourself, you have to stop second guessing your decisions, you'd like to be more aligned with who you are and like be able to say no to social pressure and all that, and have more energy, then maybe something you can consider. You can consider that, and if you think those are things that could help you out, okay, those are things that can help you find for yourself. And if you want to find those things for free, help you get those things for free, then get a free consultation call with me. You can basically do that by clicking on the link below or clicking the link right there that I'm going to put. They're pretty much going to look at your current situation, kind of untangle the mess that you're in right now, if you're in that mess, so we can help you find your purpose, help you find more clarity in your life, because that's what all of my clients are looking for. If that's something that you want, then don't forget to book your call with me and we'll speak on the other side. So thank you for watching. Peace.